Alrighty, welcome to Beyond the Barricade. We are live. It is 5:28. We're a little late today. It's my fault. I apologize to everybody who was gonna come on at 5, but stuff happens, I guess. So let me talk about this before we bring on our guest. MCW is having an anti-bullying tour, and it's one of the things I'm becoming passionate about, and I'm joining forces with them to bring attention to bullying in schools and stuff. So I'm going to be doing a special logo of my logo with this logo, and all proceeds are going to go to an anti-bullying campaign chosen by MCW down south. So look out for those in a few short weeks. Once the design is finished, I will be getting those made so that we can start selling them and contribute to a great cause. And then you have a cool sticker too. So all right, without further ado, let me bring out my next guest, the one and only Marie Valdamina.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Good. It's been a while since we last talked. Last time we were at VPW together in person. Now we're here streaming.
Yeah, that was around probably right after COVID ended.
It was literally right.
So,
right
yeah. That's
You're
been a
doing
while.
great, though. You're doing great.
Thanks.
I seen you doing your thing out there. I seen it.
Thanks. I'm still in Jersey, just I don't think that part of Jersey.
I think last time I talked to you, you were upstate somewhere.
Yeah, we're always upstate here, always doing something. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and a lot of stuff I can't talk about yet too.
Gotcha. So the stuff we can talk about, we will.
Yeah, we will talk about that. Let's talk about that.
And let me bring it up. Coming up, Battle of Athena, Saturday, July 8th.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the other graphic uploaded, so give me like a minute to bring it back up. I don't know if you can see the rest
cool.
of the screen. Could you see that?
Yeah, I could.
Me
That's
trying
pretty
to bring
cool.
stuff up?
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Yes.
Facing Holiday.
That is probably my biggest little break that I've gotten ever. So as for Goddesses is a brand from Titan. So with me being Goddesses champion, I am totally also Titan strong as well. Right. So a lot of the times, I'm out at Titan and we have to promote the Goddesses title. Their sister brand. It's right here.
Let me just say
so shiny.
Let me just say quick shout out to Anthony Blackwell, who's in the chat. Thank you, Anthony, for coming back.
Hi, Anthony. Yeah. So, Holiday, I've followed her since I first discovered the indies. Mm-hmm. So when I think we had spoke before, but I will refresh everybody. I grew up on WWE and TNA and ECW, anything televised. But I was a little girl and I didn't know that the indies existed until I had gone to some 95 X Fest or something somewhere here out in upstate. And that had to have been in 2014, 15. And they had independent promotion. So I ended up going and here I am. I found my trainers and I started wrestling in 2015. And I always looked up to Holly Dad. I remember her, just seeing her, and she was just so appealing and dominant. And I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would have a match with her. And she's going to give me a run for my money, I guarantee you.
Definitely will. But
yeah, awesome she will.
That you get to experience these dreams that you had when you were younger. I mean, it's great.
Just getting called out, and I had a moment last night. I think she shared the graphic when I think we just dropped this last night or the night before, and she shared the graphic on her page, and I was like, whoa.
I Like that's dope.
I sent it to a few of my friends. I was like, ah.
You're marking out a little bit.
Yeah, I was.
It's okay. It's okay. We all do it.
It's okay. I don't mind
out,
that.
I mark out whenever I see Anthony Gangone, so it's okay.
Yeah. The next Titan show that they're having before this, I believe it's June 17th. It's for Anthony Gangone. So yeah, he's tearing stuff up right now. Absolutely.
Destroying my tables at It's all good. I still love them.
Yeah, they're great people out there. I love that. They always make me feel well at home. They take care of me. Everybody's taken care of. They treat the girls really good, and constantly bringing in new talent.
That's great.
They have a developmental brand called Chosen, and they had well over 60 tryouts. Their last Chosen, so that's wonderful. A lot of those people are, have been known, or everybody's got to start at their own pace, and some people, have been around for a while, and it was nice seeing some familiar faces like Moran and some people like that.
Yeah, I'm part of the Chosen, I guess, social media thing too. Help them out too. I just
60 people. That's crazy.
Yeah, 60 people.
That is crazy to me.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy.
It really makes all those seminars and all those names that they're bringing in, and it makes it worth it. You know what I mean?
And PJ Savage handling some business down there as well.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a huge office of people down there. A lot of people that I could go to, if I need advice or, little push and motivation and stuff.
What has been the most recent advice someone has given you that you can share? And if you can share who it was.
I have my friend Cam. She's been wrestling for well over 25 years. She told me, I have friends that give me that quick, like, hey, don't be hard on yourself.
Right.
Obviously where I'm at, I follow a few other girls. There's a few other girls that, have been on top, and there's levels to this, you know what I mean? So, even getting the chance to work with goddesses, at first I was like, hey, why me? And now I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking like I went from why me to try me, and I have like some weight on my shoulders. And some of that weight that I bear on myself it's from myself. So to stop being so hard on myself, and I am a champion. I am a champion. So
you know what it is?
You represent something,
We're our own worst critics because we want to be better. Like even me, like even doing this, I think, man, what could I have done differently in this or done differently in that? And it's just you pushing yourself to be better, and better. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Right.
It's like, I have a list of goals, and some of the very minute goals would be, I want to face this so-and-so from here. Whoever's close by, whoever's tearing it up close to me. And when I surpass those little goals and I reach a big goal, like how I have right now, and you weren't really, I had gone to a tournament and I surpassed all of these other ladies, and that's huge to me.
Yeah.
And I was my biggest critic. You're absolutely. And I think that a lot of other wrestlers deal with that. What can I do that could put me on the top of the totem pole? What can I do to make myself stand out? What can I learn? And obviously, we want to keep training and keep learning and progressing and adding things to our repertoire so that we could, advance and give people a little something different. And, we see people with certain move sets and they continue to do the same things and they get over doing these great things. And I've always been somebody to just try a bunch of different things. So getting myself established was hard. Because some people are known for their moonsault. Some people are known for the lion salt,
Right,
and I needed something to establish myself and be domineering, and I think I found that.
Awesome. So who are some of these opponents you want to wrestle that you haven't gotten a chance to wrestle with?
So I've shared the locker room with a lot of ladies in this area that are tearing it up right now. I absolutely 100%. When I say that I haven't shared the ring in a singles, or I love tag, I love singles, I love anything. Right. When you're in a tournament, you kind of cross paths a little bit, right, but it's over before you know it. So getting the chance to have a singles match with Christina Marie, Adina. I've already had a singles with Adina. I'd like to do that again. JC Storm with the singles would be nice. That I had a triple threat with her. Just a singles with Vicky would be nice. I look at the things that could be a possibility, and that's how I started. But I had to branch out of there because now I have a match with Holiday. Never in my million years would I imagine. So.
And for championship.
I still want. I'm not saying that those are minute matches, but to me in my brain, it was possible. Right. And right now, I'm doing the impossible to myself. It's great to me. It's absolutely great to me. Wonderful chance to pick somebody's brain, and Networking is 100%. If you're not networking.
It's important. Very important.
Yeah. Stan does his intergender bonanzas. I'd like to network and try to become part of that. There's still a lot of small term goals that I have that I break into,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's coming for your title, man. She's gonna come for you hard.
I know.
She's not gonna play around, man.
No, she's not. She is not.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I have a lot of support. I have a wonderful support system. I have a wonderful boyfriend who has a bodybuilding, weightlifting background. I have wonderful friends in wrestling. I consider family. And I have,
amazing?
I'm ready.
You're doing wrestling, you're loving it, and you do become family with other wrestlers, and I know what you're talking about. I'm the same way. I become family with certain wrestlers too. When my son was sick, I had someone send me a private message for him, wishing him that be well and stuff. And it's truly touching, man. Some of the moments you have behind the scenes, truly touching moments, man, and you will never forget for the rest of your life.
Right. If it wasn't for wrestling, I don't know where I would be right now. I have a lot of interests. I'm going to be 29 next month. I was a single only child. I have a lot of interests. If I found an interest in something, I stuck to it. Songwriting, singing, playing guitar, anything. Art. I did clay making for a little bit. I did prosthetics for a little bit for horror. And all in there, wrestling always surpassed that. And it's not that I don't have time to do those little things anymore. It's that if I do something now, I try to find ways to incorporate wrestling into my everyday interests.
Right.
So I'm still trying to find ways to incorporate, some of the prosthetic work into wrestling. And I haven't done some of that stuff yet, but I still find interest in a lot of other things, but wrestling has taken up a huge amount of my time.
Yeah, mine too. But here's a comment for you from Serena. I saw that promo, the holiday cut. I can tell that she means business, but you're up for the challenge, Marie.
I've never had somebody call me out like that before with a video package. I've never had that happen. So I can talk about the double-sided door. So I think we're safe with that. But that was all surprise to me. Not that they were giving me a surprise, because I came in there, this and this is going to happen, and you're going to get challenged. And I didn't know who my next opponent was, and I didn't know that she had even made a video. So that whole time I had gotten done with my match, and on top of that, I just wrestled somebody from NXT. I just hit a milestone, and then here's another milestone. It's like, here. And you're thinking about what am I looking like while this is happening to me? Like, how do my peers see me right now? And there's been a thing where I've had really good matches, and I've gone in the back, and you're celebrating, and people are like, don't get a big head. Don't get a big head, And it's okay to celebrate, and it's okay to be happy, but coming from that, hearing that, I kind of have to tone it down a little bit, and then I go home and I go and I celebrated my ass off. So
I'm sure you've seen a couple of people's heads swell, because I have.
Right, we've all seen it happen before, and we always have a vet or somebody that's like, calm down, kid.
Yeah, right, slow down.
But happy, I mean, you, then again, down. It's silly. I think it's silly, but I'm not gonna say no. Right. Just like, yeah.
Definitely. So what was the celebration like? Some champagne?
No, just like, so I'm in Syracuse. So I go home, and my first thing I do is I live with my father, and I show my father my title. That's a thing. Yeah, and awesome. I have some friends that are like, good job. And then my boyfriend's friends are like, oh my God, can I hold it? Can we take pictures? Right. Can we take pictures with it? And I'm like, yes, let's do that. That's what it's about. Do that. Come to the shows. And them being in Binghamton, there's a promotion out here, so they could go to. But in Syracuse, I haven't wrestled in Syracuse, so I could go around and be like, look what I did, guys. I'm Syracuse strong, which I'd like to. It's another small term goal that I have of myself. I'd like to wrestle in Syracuse. So there's just a show out there that I wasn't a part of, but a lot of the guys that I came up with, and maybe it's a goal. It's something that could happen. So
absolutely, definitely.
That's what I think of as celebrating, is when you have your friends that you see that your friends are very, very excited about it. That gets me warm on the inside.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Happy for you, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. All right, tell me about some goals that you set for yourself for this year.
So during COVID, I really, really pushed myself, and I had dropped probably close to like 40-50 pounds. And then as COVID, we just were allowed to go back to Planet Fitness again. Right. I did all that. I was like, I don't like how I am right now. My COVID body was yucky and to me, and not anything, not body shaming anything. But in my brain, I feel like another part of me being down on myself is people think that wrestlers should look a certain way. And I am epitome of not all women wrestlers look the same way. So when I do look at myself, I'm like, I kind of want to be 50 pounds lighter. And then after COVID, I kept it off. And then my mother had gotten sick. I'd taken some time off of wrestling again. My mother's constantly getting sick. I almost lost her to COVID a year and a half ago. We had to rush out to Florida. It's just really tough. Right. And her having dementia and everything. It's almost like, having a sick parent, you're preparing yourself for the worst at all times. Right. So when the worst does come, it's still the worst, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
And so I put on some weight again. So obviously, I have no problem being a lady and talking about weight. You want to come to me and talk to me about that, I can do that. I put that on the table. That's fine with me. And coming from a age where we don't even say build as anymore, we don't say women's weights when they come out and that just doesn't happen. So like, it is what it is. I'm 5'2", so it kind of is a little bit more there. You a little bit more visible in a way. If I was a little bit taller, I'd probably be able to get away with it. But you move a lot different. Everything changes up a little bit, and you can feel you're moving different. I changed my move sets. I've started doing different things that are more accustomed to my body size. My other goals is other than the ones the ladies I've mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. A lot of those goals that I have for myself are, I can do something about it myself. Like networking is always a thing, and a lot of people are going around, I don't have this opportunity, or so and so doesn't want to wrestle me, or they must not like me, or this company doesn't get along with this company. And a lot of that, if you hold on to that, you're only holding yourself back.
Right.
So
right. We got a comment for you from ABJ himself. I hope you can come back to the church sometime. You and sometime you had a tough night that night, but conduct yourself well. What's
the church?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he meant, but I'm sure.
I'm not sure what the church is. And I haven't seen Anthony Blackwell in like 5. Probably when I first started. If I do remember, I think I remember that night.
Oh, dude.
If he comments again, I'll comment on it. My boyfriend knows Anthony Blackwell very well.
Oh, really?
Probably, yeah.
I think I saw him and probably was introduced to him real quickly at Icons in Philly, last show they had. So I saw him for like a quick minute and probably just said hi, and that was it. But,
right. I know so many people now. It's crazy. You got to think I know all people.
Sanctuary in Hazeltown. You heard Sanctuary.
Oh, I did. Okay, so that makes sense. That's the church. I had done the Sanctuary probably. So I had dislocated my elbow in Rochester training. I bounced around from my school in Syracuse to upstate in Rochester, and just to like expand and student shows and whatnot. And it wasn't at a student show, but I was doing a frog splash in a practice. I was training, practice training, and I dislocated my elbow clean. And no fractures or anything, no fragments or anything. So they were really cool. That was right after COVID, right after, had to have been right around COVID. So a lot of them tried to go to the hospital with me, and they couldn't go in. So I was like, I'm okay. So they like dropped me off, and my dad drove. And came out because obviously we had to get my Jeep. So we grabbed my Jeep and everything, and I was all doped up because they had put me out to put my elbow back into place.
Ouch.
And that's the only injury I've had.
Oh, really?
I'm going to knock on some wood right now. Like, that's the only injury I've had. And right after that, I was like, I need to do something, I need to start doing some practice matches again. And so I was still doing practice matches for Upstate, and I had gone to Sanctuary and did some, I think, a taping there, because obviously you're seeing what your peers and other people are doing, and you want to be a part of that. So I was like, cool, I really, really want some other ladies to work with. So I went and I trained, or I had some matches there, and I ended up, I think it was on a Russian leg sweep, and it just like hyperextended, and it didn't pop out again. But I was like, ooh, and I had a brace on and everything too. And so I was like, I got to be really, really, really careful with this. Oh. And that was another huge, huge motivation for me to constantly.
You got unplugged over there.
Constantly stay in the gym, because you want to strengthen that elbow after my physical therapy was over.
Right, definitely.
So
ABJ has another comment. We had a very
and I actually confused ABJ with somebody else.
Oh, who'd you confuse
by accident? So there's another Blackwell that I haven't seen in 5 years, and now I'm refreshing my brain on. I know who the other Anthony. The other guy's probably not an Anthony, but he's definitely a Blackwell. So I have seen Anthony in the past 2 years.
ABJ, he says, we had a very good conversation. You gave a great vibe.
Sweet.
Glad to see you still grinding, getting those opportunities. Also, make sure, ABJ, drop your info in the chat so everybody can follow you as well and support you as well.
Right. I think he does do podcasting as well.
He does, yeah.
Right. Yeah. This totally different Blackwell I'm thinking about.
He's a busy guy, ABJ.
Sorry, Anthony.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go into some. We're going to come back to goddesses in a minute. Let's go into maybe goals for traveling overseas for you.
Oh, so it is overseas, but we're not going out of the U.S., but I'd like to go to Puerto Rico. I'm half Puerto Rican. I have some stuff that I kind of want to do upstate that I can't tell you guys about yet.
No.
It's a huge throwback to an old tag team that I'd like to do with a friend. It wouldn't be two guys, but it would be a guy and a girl. And it would be, I think that we have something on the money right now. In upstate. So I'd like to see where we're going to go with it. But I'd like to go overseas to Puerto Rico. Friend is Puerto Rican, Bach is Puerto Rican, my Puerto Rican brother. So I'd like to see us tag a little bit in there. But as far as Puerto Rico, I do overseas, I don't really see it as a goal for me right now.
Okay.
I'd like to start smaller, but I'd love to wrestle in Puerto Rico sometime within the next years. And I do know people that I can go to, get on and be like, hey, can you help me? And what do I have this, and who do I go to? And I think that that's a possibility. Yeah, I have a lot of in Puerto Rico. I have family in Caguas. I have family in Ponce, and they're always commenting on my stuff, and they're excited. It's super, super important to them. They love wrestling. They grew up on wrestling too. Yeah,
huge.
Like they
backlash.
They had Carlitos Jad. They had all that. Yeah.
Yeah, BJ Savage and Conway were just there.
Yep, they definitely were. I'm now in a locker room with people who have toured a little bit of Puerto Rico and Mexico. Like, obviously you're going to these places, sometimes you're not going everywhere in that place, but you're there. So I mean, there's parts of Puerto Rico that I haven't even gone to, Right. So for me to be out there again in front of my family would be wonderful. And I know who those are a couple of the people that I would go to and, you know, ask, like, what do I have to do that?
A lot of good food down there.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't like fried plantains, but I do like mofongo.
I think Conway has a great mofongo story in Savage.
I have a terrible story about a 4.5-star restaurant in San Juan that I will not say because it involves a roach. So it's a hot climate out there, and you can choose to be mad about something or not. And I wasn't gonna like be mad about it, but that happened to me. Yeah. So, and it was after I had been done eating. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a horrible story about that, and I was eating mofongo, so that's probably gonna top his.
Oh man, I think that's gonna top his. Yeah, he told me a story. But,
I kind of want to hear the story now. Now I'm probably gonna hit him up, and be like, "What happened with this?"
You're gonna have to ask them about their meal that they all shared.
Ooh, it's a hot climate out there, you know.
It's not like your story. It wasn't bad, but it was fun.
You're walking, and then there's like chickens. And my dad thought the wild chickens, were the greatest thing in the world. But I thought the fact that there was iguanas running around was the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, nice.
I was like, holy crap. We're at San Juan. We're at the old San Juan. And there's just iguanas and vendors everywhere.
I was there for 3 days because my grandma passed. This was a long time ago.
That's why I recently went to.
Yeah, and I was there for 3 days, and I literally just flew in. I had food there, but I didn't get to go sightsee or anything. All I wanted to.
No, you definitely, if you're going to, you want to know where you're going.
Yeah, my cousin knew where he was going. He was driving like 100 miles an hour. He's like, "This is how we drive."
They're crazy. What? The potholes, everything's crazy. Having somebody that knows the area is 100%. If you want me to go out there and I'm calling my family, but if you want me to go somewhere else overseas, you got to have me with somebody who knows what they're doing, because
that's right. It's the same thing with going to Ecuador. You got to go with someone who knows the area.
I've seen too many movies.
Yeah. That's right. We don't need to have the current champion kidnapped or something. All right, let's bring that graphic once again up. There it is.
Aw, thanks.
Marie
That's a beautiful graphic too, by the way. I wish I knew. If I knew who had done the graphic, I would have been like, great job. But that's beautiful graphic.
The Coliseum there is crazy. It's amazing, and the way it brings out with the colors in the background, it is a really great graphic. So kudos to whoever put the graphic together. And that championship is not too shabby. You have it on you, right?
No, it's not. It's right here. Yes, it's beautiful.
That is a beautiful belt.
I've never seen. I mean, I have seen some belts this color, but I just think it's just beautiful. It's the cross of like a rose gold. Yeah. Obviously, we got the TCW in the middle for Titan Championship Wrestling brand, and the side plates are even fabulous. Sorry, I got a little bit of a glare. They're fabulous. It's wonderful.
The Roman thing.
And I'm undisputed.
Undisputed. There you go. It does look amazing.
It does.
We have our own championship here at Beyond the Barricade. I don't know if you knew that.
You do.
We do, yeah. It is the 23/6 YouTube Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, look at that.
The most coveted title, all of YouTube, handcrafted in Australia by a Bushman.
I like how the YouTube is in the YouTube lettering.
That's right.
In the font. That's really pretty cool.
Made in Australia. I'm not even joking with that. It's a good belt. The current champion, you have to find out at the next vlog interaction, which will be out hopefully this weekend. You'll find out what happened with the title at the last VPW show.
Sweet.
It's going to be going everywhere. I mean, we're going to New Evolution Wrestling next. I don't know if you heard of them.
I have not. No, all of these places. There's a lot of new places. and a lot of places I've heard of that I haven't. Sunset Flip. I use the Sunset Flip quite frequently. I would love to go there.
Win is a hot new promotion by the SATs.
Wow.
And
yeah.
Graphics, you can see it because I'm going to be there too. On
I don't think it's crazy. It's like I'm in upstate New York, so it's like people don't understand. There's more New York.
Yeah, there is more New York. Long Island, New York. PJ's in this match. He's fighting for the first world win heavyweight championship.
Wow.
Look at that. You got him.
That's
you got
awesome.
in there, Face.
That's great.
A bunch of people. Papadon, Salsavelli, Chris Cage. You probably know Chris. Chris is in Jersey a lot. Hold on. Marie could add another title to her collection. That's right.
I could. I very well could.
Are you looking at other championships?
I'm looking at right now. My main thing is retaining, and my main thing is defending. So I do have my other championship. I have the NTW championship belt. So right now,
let's do that one.
Yeah, that is Northern Tier, Pennsylvania. So, I like the little side pieces. If I could show you,
an interstate
girls wrestling. I like the little lips on it. You know, it's pretty cute. It's a belt, but it needs to be defended.
You're an interstate champion.
Yes,
you need another state. You need another state. You need New York. You need New York.
I know. What's going on? What is about that? Like, can we make that happen? Because it kind of needs to happen. Like I'll pay my dues. I'll do anything. Let me.
We got 3 different championships.
Let me work it off.
That I know of. We got Remarkable Wrestling. They have their own champion. NYWC, they have the Starlet Championship, and BPW has got the Women's Championship. So you got to come to New York and take someone's.
I will definitely network to try to.
That's right.
Make that happen.
It's key. I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. I'm doing all these different promotions. This is my first Goddesses promotion that I'm trying to work with.
I see that you have.
I'm gonna bring it up in a minute. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, you have my booker coming on later tonight. Kevin.
He's coming on at a little bit later, 9:00. He's gonna come on. We're gonna talk.
What a great guy. Kevin's an awesome guy. Like I've never had a problem in any Titan or Goddesses locker room at all. So like if I did, or I had to do something, I'd approach him and be like, hey, yada, yada, or Billy. And there's just a giant office of people that are very, very supportive. And, every group meeting that we have is just always 100%. How can we make this better? How can we make everybody shine? And if you want this opportunity, come seize it. And they, with Chosen, they're really giving people a chance to try out.
They are.
And I think that's great.
Yeah. They invited me to come to the June 10th show, but I'm already at VPW, so I couldn't make it. I'm looking at the next Chosen show. Hopefully it'll be when I won't be at VPW. Oh, hold on a sec. Serena says, calling out all the women's champions in New York. Little Mean Kathleen, Remarkable, Valentina, Victory Pro. We need some gold from New York.
I've already met Valentina, but I do like Little Mean Kathleen. She's on fire right now.
Little Mean Kathleen not only has one of those championships, Remarkables, she has NYWC's Starlet Championship in Long Island too. She just won the title this weekend.
I cannot wait to meet her. She is awesome.
She is awesome.
Just from that's if you're not following what's going on and what's hot right now, then what are you doing? Some people kind of stick to themselves and have the headlights on where they're just like in go mode. But I can't help but stop and see how other people in my area are doing or how my friends are doing.
Yeah, you got to see how your competition's doing.
Yeah,
you can development.
Yeah,
learning and growing. Yeah, absolutely. Right, ABJ. I don't know if ABJ's still here.
You are your greatest. That's another wise piece of information I've been given is you are your greatest competition.
That's true. A lot of good stuff happening. Oh, look who's in the chat. Kevin's in the chat.
That's my champ. That's my booker. Yes, Kevin is not only that, but I consider him a good friend now.
Awesome. Kevin, man, we're going to chat it up later on, brother.
Oh, he will give you everything insight of what he has going on. Chances are, if something's happening with me, he knows it before I do. So
Kevin, we need some breaking news later, Kevin. You got to give me some breaking news.
Oh, he'll give you all the news. He's got all the tea.
He's got all the tea, that's right. Marie, thank you for coming on the show. I mean,
thank you.
I think we had a great time talking.
We did. We did.
Do it again.
We would. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to tune in later for you and Kevin.
Awesome.
And
if you want to jump on, just let us know. You can jump on real quick with us.
Oh, sweet. And, annoy him a little bit. Bye, champ.
I'll make sure we send you the link as well. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. You're gonna get everything to do with Chosen, everything to do with Goddesses, everything Titan. You're gonna get all of that. So that's a great guy to talk to.
I'm ready. Serena says, thank you, Marie, for coming back. Good luck on June 10th. I know you.
Thank you, Serena. It was nice talking with you.
And let's bring up that graphic once again. There it is.
Sweet.
Battle of Athena. Marie versus Holiday.
Yeah, I got a little bit over a month. A little bit over a month away. I got to get in the zone. My head's in the right place right now. So, yeah.
She's coming for you.
I'm not shaking in my boots. I can't be. I have to be ready. I don't want her to see any inch of any emotion on me at all.
All right. Serena says you're welcome. But all right. After this, for me, I have let me see if I can bring it up. My family from MCW. The MCW Nation. With Ray
Who do you got coming on?
Coming on at 8. Ray and Kevin. And I'm working with Motivate Pro Wrestling in Texas tomorrow. And
very good.
I think my June is booked.
Give yourself a pat on the back for that. And Serena too.
The SATs are coming from Win. So I'm excited. Paul Loria also from Win. And yeah, I'm going to be pretty busy. I got this coming up next. BPW, June 10th. I will be there for Justified, where Tatiana will be making her debut. We don't know her opponent yet. Unfortunately, Valentina will not be at this event. Not sure what happened, but...
what date is that again?
June 10th.
Ooh.
Maybe a Goddess champion will show up. I don't know what's going on.
I can't make any promises.
We'll have to wait and see.
Thank
All right,
you.
everybody. I will see you guys at 8 o'clock. Marie, just hold on for a sec. Everybody else, see you at 8 o'clock.